Catch On the Sofa with Esther each and every Sunday between 8 and 10 p.m. GMT, where she'll be interviewing the finest artists from the past and present, garnished with quality music. So that's On the Sofa with Esther each and every Sunday between 8 and 10 p.m. GMT, right here on LN Soul Radio, where Neo Soul, R&B and Chat lives.
I was saying earlier, this is was the number one hit in 81. 22. Okay. So love, don't here we go. Let's go.
All right, Tom. Hey. You already got your seat, but I need you to move. Pop for me, just pop for me. Cause guess who's in the house? You dirty, you dirty. I said, guess who's in the house? You dirty, you dirty. Say Thursday. Connection. Everybody free.
I'm ready.
Ready, Eddie. Okay, right. So good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are across the globe. Welcome to On the Sofa with yours truly, Esther Austin. Well, today with me, I have Eddie Saunders and his lovely wife, Perthea. Thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
I've been trying to get Eddie for a while, but I know that the last time there was a situation. I'm just so glad that we've taken the time to meet. And I can't wait to meet you guys in the physicality. So, without further ado, I'd like to ask my guests, Eddie and Perthea, who is Eddie Saunders in a nutshell, in a peanut shell, or a coconut shell?
Well, you sound like my wife because she called me all those names. So, so I don't know which one. She even told me I'm with the peanut gallery. So you pick your choice.
Because you're losing your mind.
Yes.
That's what she told me too. So you asked the wrong person. You can ask her what that question. She want to ask you that question.
He's all of them. All of them.
Oh, does that mean I need to go and grab myself a stiff drink to have this interview then?
Yes.
See?
Yes.
See? There you go.
Oh, bless. But I guess, you know, it really in a nutshell, in a peanut shell, since we've mentioned that, you know, who is Eddie? How would you classify yourself? Or, you know, how do you feel people see you?
You know, I'm just a person, I'm silly. That's really it. I'm the silliest man you're going to probably ever meet. Okay. So everybody thinks I'm real serious, but I'm really, really not. So everybody in the group know I play all the time. I bother people. I bother her at night when she sleeps. It's just a non-stop thing. It's just, I get excited about that because I want to wait until she go to sleep so I can bother her. So I'm just a silly man, like, you know.
Yes.
Right. And so when we go to grown-up party or something like that, if they got like the kids, I want to bother the people's kids and scare them and
You must be a nightmare on Halloween.
no, but the kids are funny.
Yeah.
Kids are hilarious, you know, so you got to really just kind of like check them out, because they personality go from A to, I mean, from 0 to 100 real fast. You
Yes.
know?
Yeah.
They just like, if they can't get no candy, they fly. And I be sitting there like looking at them like, meow, you know, making noise, and they looking at me like, who is this man making noise? So
I guess you're taking them out of that's you know, their tantrum moments with something
right.
silly.
Yeah.
And but you should be doing that with adults, because I realize adults are like that. Sometimes it's almost like, you know what, you give me a headache, man. Let's just come in there with something a little funny or a little less subtle, you know, take away the stress. Yeah. So okay, so that's who you are. And you said something interesting there where you say you wait till she goes to sleep. I would suggest to you, my dear, that you have a rolling pin by your side and he will stop that nonsense.
Absolutely. A spray gun. I tell you, spray.
I get her all the time.
Get ready for him.
I got pictures of her when she sleep. So if she ever mess with me, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna put this on Facebook, you know.
Oh my God.
Spray, pepper spray, right in.
Yes, that's right. That's right. It's legal. I can use that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And for you, my dear, you know, being around Eddie, because you know, Eddie's been, I would say, in the industry for such a long time. And you know, it comes with its, you know, being in the industry, it comes with its ups and downs. And I guess humor has been a huge part that's helped him to sustain, you know, where he's at. And also, you know, I would say being famous for, especially, you know, there's one particular track that he is famous for, as amongst others. So how have you managed being with someone like Eddie, and also, you know, in terms of being famous? I keep using that. There's another word I want to use, but I can't grasp it yet. How have you managed that? Yeah, you're just interrupting me. You see that? I can't even remember the word that I want to say.
He's a legend. Yeah.
Yes, that's the word. Yeah.
But it's easy. We're both into music, so that's how I met Eddie, is through music. You know, so we do the same thing, and this is his life. This is what he lived. This is what he breathed. So this is what I've always seen in Eddie ever since I've known him. So it's easy, but now it's really taken a turn. You know, all the things that he wanted to do a long time ago, he'll talk about it, but now he's really doing it, and it's exciting. I know he's gonna say I held him up, but anyway, we're gonna.
That's what happened. That's what happened. So for the longest, she didn't want me to do the music, and the only reason why is because she was maturing me, because I was really serious. I mean, silly, and I wasn't mature. Just to be honest, she's saying it nicely, you know. So she's like, "Wait, you got to get yourself together. Come on, you got to take on responsibilities, because I'll be chilling trying to do music." And she's like, "No, come on. Go get a job," you know. So I had to go get the job. Then I was like, we hanging out, we not married. And she's like, okay, what we're gonna do with that? So then I had to marry, you know what I'm saying? So I was just immature. I was just a wild guy, you know. So she matured me, actually. And so she made me who I am today. So what happened was I had to mature, find myself, right? And then she said, okay, now you can do music. Excellent. So in the meantime, she had me in church, and so I play in church. Until this day, I still play the piano in church. So I'm the music director at the church. So that's who Eddie is, basically. But you know, we always, you know, I'm always doing stuff, and she always yelling at me, you know? And I don't listen anyway, but it's good to hear her yelling. So
this is why
keep a lung strong.
This is why I don't listen sometimes too. You know, he's opening up the door for me not to listen, because he doesn't listen.
Yeah, keep a lung strong. Daddy. So
you know what was really nice what you said, Eddie? It's that, you know, that sort of honoring of each other and recognizing your strengths and weaknesses, but also for a man to say and to honor his partner or his wife, to say, you know, she made me, or she supported me into where I am. That is really powerful. And I personally feel, especially, you know, I'm old school, so especially in this day and age, even like elders like us, I keep saying relationships are about honoring, you know, having that baseline of honoring, and then you can build from that. But oftentimes, you know, people just accept, they don't see the importance of that building. And you two are quite, have, you know, you've clearly, yes, you've had your ups and downs, but it's just nice when you say, you know, she did this. And I'm sure, you know, when I hear from you as well, there are stories where he supported you, and it's that supporting in the dream, supporting in the vision.
Oh,
And
yes.
and also now to you, my dear. So, you know, you said you met Eddie and he was already in the industry, because that's been in his blood, and that's been where he's come from. So what about your journey into the music arena?
Well, you know, like I said, I met him through music, you know, always singing, you know, singing behind, doing background, you know, got the chance like for Rosie Greer, some for Whitney Houston, and yeah, going to do some things for Gloria Gaynor. But we met, we always worked in the studio. He would pull me into the studio and I would do some vocals, background vocals for him. And then, you know, we started, you know, writing together, and he has me writing with him, and, you know, he's still being silly.
I know, I can see that.
But the good thing about him is he goes to sleep at 9 o'clock. So he can keep being silly if he wants to. Yeah, so we've done music for a long time together.
Okay. And you know, when you are, Eddie, this is you, you know, when you're performing, because you have that effervescent spirit about you and that playfulness, and you know that your particular track, Love Don't Come Easy, that is a classic. And I must admit that when I don't know, how did I find out about you, but when you were recommended for me to interview you and I listened to that, I'm like, is that him? And I was like on my phone, I'm going to be interviewing Eddie Saunders, and people are like, that's the tune. And it is a tune, because, you know, it's the lyrics, but also it's that love don't come easy. And even though you're saying love don't come easy, there's a real vibe to it. So if we, so I'm going to sort of take you back and come forward a bit with the interview. But in terms of that particular track, how did that come about?
You know, I tell everybody the same thing, but you know, it was a conversation about somebody that got hurt in a relationship. And I was just like, you know, wow. I said, well, you know, like love don't come easy, you know. Like, wow, I like that. And sometimes when certain, you know how it is, sometimes when certain things hit you, you know, and it's like, wow, love don't come easy. Then I was like, boom. And you know, if you notice that my music is all uplifted, I love ballads, and I got a lot of ballads that I'm gonna release this year, but I just like happiness. Like that's just my personality. So every time I see people, if people see me, I want them to see me as somebody who just wanna move and, you know,
You dance with life and
you know, and live with life. So, and that's that.
Yes.
You know, and I try to teach her how to dance, because she can't stay with me right now. So I'm trying to show her some steps that, you know, once you can get to that.
What does he mean by that? What does he mean by that?
No, he has those same sour moves. You know, those moves.
My moves are sour. Oh my God. Are you listening to me?
Moves.
Are you listening to her?
But you know, sometimes when you think you're doing something great, until you record, just see.
I'm good. I'm telling you.
You be the judge.
I'm telling you.
He's trying. He's trying. That you can't try, you know.
Yeah, that's it. But she can't do that, Esther.
No,
she can't do that.
No, go ahead, Esther.
She can't do that.
Esther, that's me.
Oh my gosh.
That's why I'm so flexible. Yoga working out, and protein and collagen. That's why I can do that.
Listen, now I got to tell you this real fast, getting off the subject. You see this? See my necklace?
Yeah.
See my bracelets? Guess who made this for me, Esther? Guess who made this for me?
You made them. You made them.
I got a girlfriend who made it.
See what I mean?
She's my girlfriend. She's my girlfriend when she give me stuff. But my wife, she ain't gonna get me nothing. You know what I'm saying? My wife is like, nope, it ain't in the budget this week. But your girlfriend want to buy you stuff and make something for you, so she made me this.
Make you look good, making you look.
You know
good.
what I'm saying?
After you, she looks after you, and it's really interesting because, like I said, you have that childlike energy. And even though I gotta say this, Eddie, even though you feel you're in control, we just know the
Oh my God! You know, Esther, I'm ready to get off this line right now.
I'll continue.
I'm mad at you.
See, we connect. I love
See,
it.
I'm not gonna be on here no more. You see that?
That's okay. I can talk to you. Go on, go to the washing up.
Oh man. Matter of fact, then you said this was my interview anyway. So
you want me to leave?
Yeah, but you invited her onto the stage, so you can't go back. And also, this is going to go out, so everybody's going to hear you. So whatever you promise, you've got to stick to that. Let's go back now a bit to the music, because you are also going to be coming hopefully to London next year.
Yes.
to perform. Now, what do you feel has been the longevity around your music, around, people still like, yeah, that tune is banging? What do you think is the longevity to the New Jersey Connection, which is the name of the band?
Well,
I just think when he creates, it's something about Eddie's music. It never grows old. He has this youthfulness in his sound that is just, we have people that listen to some of the songs that he had in the 80s, and they really think he just made those songs. He said, look how your music never grows old. And even the things he has now, he can play everything that those young groups play, but he chooses to stay with the sound. He said, well, the music was strong and the music lyrics were true and they were important. Yes. Nowadays, I love the music that's out, but you don't hear those stories in the lyrics anymore. But those are the type of songs that Eddie writes. He writes the song with a story behind her, or a tearjerker, or make you sit and think about, wow, I remember that same experience. He keeps the music alive like that.
And that's great, because it was about the messages back in the day, isn't it? It was about the stories, and lots of times, whether they were political messages or even if it was just messages about love, but you were talking about some real deep emotions. It wasn't just the triviality of love and wham bam, thank you ma'am, like your house, but it was about a depth and a richness to love. And even if we were talking about pain, there was still a depth and a richness around that pain. And I think, like you said, the collaboration between Eddie's playfulness, which brings about that youthfulness, but then he still infuses all those old school attributes, makes it quite a rounded process. And also, I would assume that you are then able to reach out to different generations as well.
To piggyback on what she said, for me, I've been creating, but I always thought that simplicity was the best way for me, because I was taught that. I was taught that in my early age, when I started writing music. A guy said to me, and he just freaked me out. He said, you have to write a song. And he said, when you write this song, he said, you write the song so a baby can memorize it.
Wow.
And he said, once a baby memorizes it, the baby's going to sing the song to the parents, and the parents going to say, oh, that's so cute. I'm going to go buy this record. It's because the baby liked it. And that's always been my key. So I never started trying to write songs that was going to be too deep for a baby. So I want to write these kind of songs that's very simple. I don't really want to get that deep. If you listen to a lot of my stuff, it's just a real simple lyric. I'm not trying to, trying to go too deep with it, even though you can get deep and I can get deep. But I realize that if I'm trying to sell records, I want the kid to sing it so the parents can buy it. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. And then I want music that I'm creating all in one bag. I want it just to feel good. I don't want it to, you know what I mean? I don't want it to be like where you got to sit back and a person's think, well, I got to get a drink or I got to smoke some weed. Because, you know, that's the new thing now anyway, people smoking weed. But I want them to say like, yo, that's my song. Or they just want to, if they never heard it before, the first time hearing it, I just want them to get up and dance and just say, wow. And they can sing the same line. They can memorize it only because it's a simple stuff that I'm doing. That's it.
Yeah. And it's interesting because even though I said deep, maybe the word that I meant was meaningful.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Meaningful. And you know, even when you're talking about the process and what you want to your audience to receive, there is that passion. You can see that passion in him to still reach out in that simplicity, say, yeah, let's enjoy life. Because, you know, especially over the past year or two, we've had, you know, the world has gone through this incredible change. Like a lot of us say, it's a reset. And it gave us the time to, you know, it just put us in a place where we just didn't have much choice other than to maybe face the man in the mirror and to get clear about, do I want to be with you? Do I not want to be with you? Do I want to work in this job? Do I not want to work in this job? What do I want to create? You know, for a lot of people, it just gave us that time to slow down and think about, is this where I really want to be? So throughout that time, how did you both experience that time? And did you create anything new in that time frame?
Well, you know what? To be honest with you, I created this relationship to withstand it all. Because I believe that in a relationship, you still have to be able to be friends first. That's major.
Absolutely.
Okay. Number two is, I don't like, she'll come in the house, say, okay, well, what you want me to cook for you? And I say, don't cook, relax. I'll make myself a sandwich. I don't want her to think in her mind, even though it's a good thing, being my wife and trying to look after me, I still don't want her to think like, that's something she have to do all the time. So I'm like, no, you don't have to cook. I'm gonna cook for you. You know what I'm saying?
So are you saying I don't have to cook today?
Wow. Well,
I'm loving this.
I'm your witness. I'm your witness.
Well, I didn't say today, okay?
Today was the spaghetti day.
Okay, well, no, please, I like that. So, and then that's not that, you know, we have fun because what happens is I call my friends up to threaten her, like if she don't cook nothing for me. So we all day long, we argue with her, my friends. So they call me back after, hey man, I got an important call, I'm gonna call you back. And I'll be like, okay. And we call me back, like, all right, let me speak to your wife. And then we pull back. And then it's a clown day all day for me. So that's what I do. It's just that. And then sometime I argue with her and put the guy on the phone. And then once they start talking to her, they start laughing. And then before you know it, he's talking about coming over to help me jump her. And so my whole day is like about that. And then after that, then we have a dog, which really, really changed our lives. So it's exercise and then falling in love with the dog, you know, because we had to, right, because they saw me last year, my wife and my daughter, they saw me last year just freaking out with all of the deaths and this whole pandemic, and we didn't know which way the world was turning, right? And so it was like, it was really crazy. And so they drove me all the way to West Virginia, which is about 12 hours, 8 hours, whatever.
About 8 hours.
About 8 hours. They took me all the way 8 hours to my son's house because my son went and picked out a dog for me. So we went and got this dog who I have today. And they just showed me love. And then we just clowned there and clowned back. But we was excited about the fact that we had a new member in the family. And then it took the stress off. And when they tell you about dogs actually being in the hospital, helping people, they really, really take the stress out of you. And I lost 45 pounds walking my dog every single day. I got a joy out of just getting up, just walking him. He crying at night, and in the morning I'm jumping up. And before you know, it's like, wow. And then she and I get up and we sitting there and we laughing at the dog and we laughing at how cute he is and all. And before you know it, so those are the things that we did that really helped us through this crazy journey that we've been dealing with, you know. So
and they also say a dog is a man's best friend.
Yeah,
and
he is.
usually if you treat a dog, it's just like with anything, if you treat it right from the beginning, it will show up. I mean, yes, one or two may not, but I think sometimes when you see, because see mine, I had shut my door, mine's just come back in looking at me. I've already taken him for a walk and he's looking at me like I want to take him for a walk again. He ain't going for a walk again today, I've done him. But you know, they are company, and also most animals, they can pick up on how you feel, and animals on how you feel, and people don't recognize that. And then, but they can also hold a space for you.
Exactly.
And then, but also we must remember to give them their release, because they can carry so much. And it's just about that respecting, you know, respecting something else. But I'm just glad that you were able to manage the process of the pandemic, and where it's brought you to. So, you know, tell me a little bit more about this trip that you're planning to do in the UK, next year, if you may, or if you can.
Well, I can just tell you a little bit, not a whole lot, because I'm still still working on some stuff. But for the most part, we're gonna come over and it's gonna be an awesome show.
I can imagine.
And she's singing along with me. Of course, you know she's in the group. But that's a song that she's singing. I think the world want to hear me sing, so I'm gonna cut her off the song, and I'm gonna sing the song. And I'm just gonna.
Okay, so do you expect to have an audience if you do that? I mean,
I love you. I love you.
High five, buddy. High five.
I love you.
Match, Eddie, but you match.
The answer is no.
No, you know, but we're gonna have a good time, you know, and that's it, right?
Yes.
We're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
You know, and we're gonna, you know, my daughter last year or the year before last, we went to France, and so we performed there. And when we performed there, I thought that was Baba. When we performed there, she already had a map where we was going. Because see, when I was there, I thought we was gonna go perform. I was gonna sit back and relax and just you know, hang out with my buddies and all of that. Not my daughter. And they said, okay, so now we got this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna. And I didn't want to go to those places. So they went like to the museum,
Eiffel Tower,
all that stuff. I wasn't going up in no tower. So I sat outside. I see over there. So me and one of the promoters, good friend, he said, you don't want to go? I said, no. He said, okay, well, I'll sit out here with you. So we waited like 3 or 4 hours. They did what they did. Yeah. I walked around a little bit. I wanted to stay right there on the level, even level. And you know, I ain't trying to go up all of these steps and all that stuff. I ain't doing all of that. You know,
have fun.
I'm glad you guys had fun. I mean, good for you. I'm happy.
Good. And you know, what would you share to anyone? Because you know, life is a journey, and you know, we have our ups and downs and everything. And I think that, especially at this time where people are trying to pick themselves up, try to recreate themselves. But also, there's quite a few of us that we're just going to just jump into the magic and make things work. So for anyone that's sitting on the sideline thinking, maybe not, maybe, what would you say to them?
I would definitely. You want to start it off?
Well, this whole lesson of this pandemic really taught all of us something. But what I like about Eddie is Eddie still worked behind the scenes like nothing was wrong. He was creating music and creating beats. 5 o'clock in the morning on the edge of the bed, my pillow over my head, because Eddie is awake and he hears a beat, he hears a tune, he goes downstairs, he plays the music, and the dog hides. I mean, this is Eddie. He has to create, but he never let it stop. During the pandemic, it was so much music that came out of him. He's not stopping. So this is a lesson, you know, for everybody else. Don't stop. This curtain is going to open again. You know, just keep on, you know, working. And our biggest phrase is success is when preparation meets opportunity.
Absolutely, yes.
Oh, well, I'm supposed to say that with you, like,
wait.
you're looking at me like we supposed to say that together
and
sing. What the world's that? You see what I'm saying? But you didn't have to see. She
But
didn't
you
ask
blew
you.
your chance.
No,
It was
she didn't ask you what time I got up. She just said, she just asked you simple questions. You gonna tell her what time I'm getting up?
Eddie. Usa.
Listen, do we have to purchase another dog?
You're stressed.
Oh man, well I hope she can get up at 7 o'clock, 7:30 and start hitting them pots and pans for some breakfast. Because I had no breakfast in like maybe, well, when the last time I made breakfast? Maybe
couple of days.
Couple of days ago.
But I walked the dog this morning.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, so there's that nice trade-off. Come on, let's not get technical about things.
I'm not making you breakfast.
Trying to give him a break because he walks this dog. Eddie must walk at least 7 miles a day with this dog.
That's good.
That's 7 miles.
Because our health is our well-being as well.
Definitely.
You know, and whatever ways we can manage that, then I would always endorse that. But this has been a great conversation. This has been a great interview, and it's just leaving me thinking, what next? What are those? What's new? And I know you're being a bit coy, but that's fine because then it's going to encourage us to come to your gig and to listen out for Eddie Saunders, and but say the New Jersey connection because it's over honor, right?
Connection.
Yeah, but to believe it or not, I'm gonna have fun on stage. Just so you know, as you see, I love to be on the stage, just having fun. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing because I do it just when it hits me, then I just do it.
Yes.
And so she be like, "Don't do that no more. You can do this part, but don't do this part." So I don't know which part she's going to say I can't do, but I'm just gonna be a wild guy.
And that's good. And that's good because I think people would be ready for it because, because there's so much uncertainty out there, and it's just nice to be able to go someplace where you can just rock up, have fun, and enjoy the craziness. Over here, we've got a specific number that we can call if we need a defibrillator for you as well, Eddie. So just let me know, just in case you get to go too far.
No.
That's I thought you was my friend. You've been on her side ever since she's been on it. Next time you're not going to be on this with me.
I try not to do it today.
Oh my God! Okay. But yeah, so we so here's a song. Ready?
Ready? Go ahead.
Here we go.
On you.
No, you're gonna sing with me.
No.
It's the first song.
You both got to come in on this.
Some folks would rather. Come on.
So one more.
Houses.
Keep singing. Keep singing. Back in a minute.
Some folks choose silver and gold. These things that they treasure and forget about their soul. I decided to make Jesus my choice. Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Is that one of your new songs or is that a cover?
No, that's just a gospel song that I really love. But they try to get me to sing it. I don't sing it. I want them to sing it. I'll sing it like to you and just a hangout thing. But when you got to be in the audience and singing and all that, I don't want to do all of that.
Do you know how many people are going to listen to the song you just
But they're going to listen on here. They're not going to say, listen, I don't have to see them. I don't have to be on the stage.
But you've already exposed yourself with this. So, that might be, one of those, those last minute songs that you all come together. It brings everything together. So you might consider that,
don't you put this on their picture on the show.
Going to go on the show because there was a really nice harmony. So whether you choose to sing it on your show or not, it's going out. You can't threaten me because I am so many thousands of miles away.
That's right.
Oh my God. Right. But anyway, that's our dedication to everybody. We made Jesus our choice, right? And the reality for me is that's what keeping us together, keeping us strong.
Yeah.
You know, we have our ups and downs, and you know, we have our weak moments, we have our strong moments, all of those, right? But we just try to keep embracing, you know, the love for each other. You know what I'm saying? And then it's a journey, because you're talking about 33, 34 years now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Wow.
Right. Yeah, that's a
Say
long
wow
time.
again.
It's a while.
Wow.
Yeah, 33, 34 years.
That's how my son was 30 recently. So that is, I guess I can, you know, draw that comparison because, you know, it's a long time. And it's really nice to see that you still have there's still that something, as Maxwell said, between the both of you. But there's also seems to be awareness that you've been working on it, and you get your fluctuations. You're working on it. And you have to, you know, and I've been thinking recently that, you know, if we've got a car, you know, most people would work at their car, they'd clean it, they'd polish it. But when it comes to relationships, it's almost like, it just peters out, but you've got to work at it because you can still keep that spark of magic going. Yes, there will be times, like I said, you know, to keep the rolling pin in the bed for him. But then there'll be other times when you think, you know what?
Esther. Oh my God.
I love it.
You know, why everybody's on her side? Why is everybody on your side?
I'm on your side as well, Eddie, but I can't be on your side all the time. Come on.
Oh my God.
Set the pram and just take the responsibility in the parts that you need to. Right? But ladies and gents, oh, bless him. But ladies and gents, it's been a real pleasure talking to Eddie Saunders and Perthea.
Yeah,
Perthea Saunders. It's been a real pleasure, and I'm looking forward to you coming to London and to just being part of that audience. Better get me a ticket, right? Because I know your number, your phone number, right?
and I want a nice shirt, a nice little hookup, because she got some stuff that she got a nice wardrobe of clothes. You gotta see it stuff. So I'm gonna show you her stuff. She be hooking it up.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah, well, by then I should hopefully have my fashion range out. So yeah, I can hook you up in a shirt. What size are you?
I'm a large.
Okay, right.
Don't get her nothing, please.
Don't get me anything, Esther.
Don't get her nothing.
I'll wait until he's asleep.
Okay.
I'll
but the quickest way to get him asleep is with that rolling pin, or you're not getting the message. Yeah.
Oh my God. So you're gonna have the weather's good there, and the weather's good here. So
yeah,
we're gonna have a great day.
Definitely. So wishing you all the best. Thank you so much for your time. And yeah, just looking forward to you bringing over your music, your band, but also your energy. And yeah, let's you know, looking forward to you rocking in the UK.
Definitely. Yes. And now, what part of the
man, and I said, if we're gonna be together, let's make a plan. I'll care for you, you care for me. Our love will go down in history. That's what we both said we're gonna do together forever. Show no love to me.
And Eddie, you did say that you were getting quite emotional talking about the experience, and I surmised that emotion was because it's a real lived experience, you know, from being told certain things to now to being a legend in your own right, and knowing it's like, I've been on that journey, man, and I'm still coming through, and I still want more, but I'm also blessed and being grateful at the same time. Exactly. So, and you were just sharing about, even with the song "Love Don't Come Easy."
Yeah. They laughed at it. They laughed at the people that was helping me create it at some point. They kept laughing in the recording studio, They didn't understand that I, you know, and when I was saying I take it to the president, I take it to the governor, they just understand what I was trying to do. And I was trying to share with them a march of just people fighting for their love, you know, and they didn't understand it, you know, and I was like, yo. And so I was getting kind of frustrated, you know, and then out of nowhere, one of the guys who was playing just yelled at all of them and said, I wish y'all stop playing. Stop it. Blah, 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 blah. We were, and he, out of nowhere, he just yelled at them. And that's all it took was just one person to just yell for them to say, you know what, we got to take it serious. Wow. So once we got it through, once we finished it, and then they kind of gave me an opportunity to just share with my energy of where I was going with the song. They kind of was like, wow, beautiful. And then they start listening and they was like amazed, amazed. And so, you know, a lot of times I believe that when you get a good record, sometimes you're going to have, you're going to go through a lot of craziness. It's because people going to mess you up before you can get to the, to where you're trying to go with anything, not just music, but just
test, though, isn't it? That's the test. If you are going to trust in the vision that's been imprinted on your heart, if you're going to trust to go over those rocks, those stones, to make it, just trust, yes.
And then I got to tell you this, I recorded it with a guy by the name of Alto Lee, who funded the whole project. And once I did it, he didn't know anything basically about music and like with records and pressing of records and all. So he got in touch with a friend of his, Joe Evans. Joe Evans owned Carnival Records, which was with the Manhattans and a lot of other groups. And so Joe Evans happened to come and to say, hey, look, I love the record, you know, I like to press it up on my label, blah, blah, blah. So I was, oh, okay, great. You know, I'm just excited that he wanted to press it on the record. So what he was saying to me was, now what I need you to do is sign this so you let me go ahead and press it on. So I was like, okay. And as you know, sometimes you don't read stuff. Yeah. So I was like, getting ready to sign it, and I was like, wait a minute. You know, this you saying you're gonna own my song. He's like, no, this is saying I can put it out. I said, well, look, I'm gonna have my lawyer look at it. So he said, well, you can do that. He said, but it don't make no sense. So this guy was talking to me, and then I said, okay, I don't want to sign it. So I said, can I have a copy? I'm gonna show it to him. He said, well, no, just let me know when you want to have your attorney come. So I said, okay. So I called him and told him, you know. So he's like, oh, well, that's not going to be a good day because I got to go out of town. So he said, so as soon as we can get this, I'm going to put the record out. So in my mind, I'm like, I just want to put the record out because you're talking about 1981, 82. Yeah. So he came by my house unexpected again. Where's your attorney? Your lawyer? You didn't tell me you was coming. He said, but look, Eddie, sign it and then so I said, no, I'm not going to sign it. No, so he said, well, you know what? I'll tell you what. You're going to have everything you're supposed to have, blah, 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 blah. Okay, no problem. So he pressed the record up. So now on the side of Love Don't Come Easy, you're going to see Golden Era Productions. You're going to see his name, Executive. And you're going to see published by Golden Era. Publishing means you own the song. I didn't give him permission to own my song. So I said to him, you put your name on here. But by that time, the record's out. You know, I didn't get a copy until later on. But you know, it's like, what are you doing? So now, till this day, there's different labels, like about 13 or 14 record labels, maybe 15, who have Love Don't Come Easy on their label. And I didn't give them permission, but they got permission from him. Now he passed away, but they continue to, you know. Yes. Right. And then it's a company in New York called, what's the name of that music? Memory Lane Music. They claim they own my song and they got the rights. And So I'm calling them up. Hey, I went by there to go see him because New York, New Jersey, so they say, hey, no, we didn't know this, and the guy who's running it now, his father passed away. So they're saying, well, I don't know what happened with my dad and this guy. I'm like, it ain't happening.
It's not, yeah.
Right. So I own my song, but they still have it in their company. Like you can call them up for permission.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got all these, so it's a whole lot of companies out there still ripping me off, even till the day. Even till this day, it's crazy. It's crazy. And it's a record label in London who actually just put it out without my permission. Records, CDs, yeah.
And I think, what I'm realizing especially in the music entertainment industry, there's so many that you have to cross your eyes and dot your T's as much as you can. And sometimes things slip through. But the main thing also is that you just keep waving that white flag that this is my music, this is my production, and also you can just keep moving forward, because something like that can actually thwart you, and it could be so demobilizing, especially for in terms of your confidence and all those things. But the main thing is that you are still moving forward, and you're just going to just keep showing up, Eddie. Just keep showing up. Wherever you go to gig, you just rock the place out. So people, when the New Jersey Connection walk off that stage, people will say, I remember them.
Yeah, and that's what I want. That's exactly what I want. I'm determined. Yeah, I'm determined.
Okay, right. Let's stop that.